property tax, homeowners insurance, CDDs, HOAs, electric, water, gas, and internet. In this video, we are going to cover the cost of living in Parrish, Florida. I'm going to answer as many of the most commonly asked questions that I get as a realtor in Parrish, Florida. And it's very common about cost of living. What are the costs to live here? There's 25 different brand new neighborhoods going up in Parrish right now. Each and every neighborhood has their own cost, right? Their monthly costs, CDDs, HOAs. We're going to cover all those for all 25 neighborhoods. They make a huge difference in your mortgage payment. We're going to cover them all so that you know what to expect with your mortgage payment. If you're considering a purchase in Parrish, Florida, I want to cover all the cost. Okay, so let's start with the utilities. I've got my notes right here. There's a little bug in my ear, and we're going to cover that. So for my house, I've got a 2,500 square foot house. It's an electric only house. We don't have gas at our house, so we do pretty much everything through the electric. That would be for air conditioning, for the lights, for cooking, and all that. Electric, $230 for the month of September. September in Florida is a very hot month, so we were running our air conditioning constantly. Also want to point out that my wife has a Tesla, and we charge the Tesla from the house as well, so that charging is included in that bill. 5 of us. There's 5 of us in my household. So that's heating the hot water for the family, for all the kids. And I've got a teenage daughter. We try to turn off the lights, and we're pretty responsible with electric usage, but I caught my daughter heating her bedroom, and my wife does it too, with a hot air dryer, with a hair dryer. So again, we try to stay as good as we can with that electric bill, but we do have some slippage through the daughter and the wife. Water bill, $115. That's what we paid last month. I live in an electric only community, so I didn't have a gas bill, but I think that electric, being that we heat the water with electric, it kind of offsets the gas. And then internet, $90 a month. That's what we pay. So from here, we're going to go neighborhood to neighborhood. I want to point out the cost of living in each and every one of those neighborhoods because it makes a huge difference. If you have a CDD that's $4,000 a year and an HOA that's $500 a month, you tack that onto your mortgage and it adds up. Or if you live in a neighborhood that doesn't have a CDD, has a very low HOA, your mortgage payment is much lower. Your monthly costs are much lower. We're going to cover every single neighborhood. And in so doing, we're going to build out a mortgage. We're going to switch locations here in a moment. I'm going to explain this in detail, but we're going to build out a mortgage. And then with that mortgage, neighborhood by neighborhood, we're going to add in those extra costs. I want to show you what it costs to live in every single neighborhood in Parrish, Florida. The rules, the guidelines, the structure. How can I make this information useful for you? How can I make it so that it's actionable, so that you could take it neighborhood by neighborhood? You guys, I want to point out a few things. When you purchase a home, depending on the size of the lot, your CDD will go up or down, right? If you get a small lot, lower CDD, big, wide, 70-foot wide lot, your CDD goes up. So what I'm doing, trying to stay consistent throughout all the neighborhoods, is we're doing $425,000 homes. The median estimated value of homes in Parrish, Florida right now is about $425,000. So I thought we'd use that as the kind of the baseline so that we can go neighborhood by neighborhood and use that as a gauge throughout all of Parrish. So in every single neighborhood, you might have a neighborhood like this. Again, I'm in North River Ranch. Homes by West Bay builds on 65 and 70-foot wide lots. CDDs are higher on those. When we do the North River Ranch information, I'm doing that based on a $425,000 house. What would the HOA and CDDs be on that $425,000 house? Another thing that might fluctuate, it's not very common, but it happens, is homeowners association. Some homes, like in Camp Creek, the bigger homes have higher HOAs. So again, even when we go through Camp Creek, so that we've got a strong baseline, we're just doing the $425,000 house in there. The other thing for structure, I'm building this out not only on $425,000 homes, I'm building out a mortgage at $400,000. Seems to be a pretty good mortgage balance that you might have. I know some people put down more, some people put down less. But what I did is I built out a mortgage on $400,000 with a 5% interest rate. Again, right now, you could probably get, with many builders, you can get much better, like a 3.99% interest rate, but we're using 5%. So we're gonna build out this mortgage right now. Principal and interest on a $400,000 mortgage at 5% interest would be $2,147. And then your next cost would be your property taxes. In Parrish, a pretty good norm is about 1.1% of the value of your home is going to be what your property tax is. I'm going to use 1.2. I want to stay on the safe side, go a little bit higher than I have to. So on this mortgage, we're going to do a $5,100 property tax amount. I'm going to switch arms. Just got really tired. And we're going to build that into the mortgage. And then property insurance. When you buy a brand new house, your property insurance is very low. If you haven't shopped property insurance in Florida on new construction homes yet, this will probably be surprising. Your property insurance is going to average about $2,000 a year, okay, on newer homes, because everything's built up to the highest code. You've got a brand new roof. So property insurance is actually pretty darn low on the newer homes. So we're going to add that in the mix as well. So what we have is principal interest, $2,147, property tax, $425, and insurance coming in at $167. That payment is $2,739. We're going to use that as a constant payment throughout all the neighborhoods. And then what we're going to do is add in the cost of CDDs and HOAs so that you can see what a difference the CDDs and HOAs will make to that mortgage payment. We're going to take that $2,700 mortgage payment and add in those costs for CDDs and HOAs. We're going to do that for every single neighborhood. We're going to blow through it real quick. This one clip right now is kind of drawing on. We're going to spend, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds going neighborhood by neighborhood to show you what those costs are. And to show you how consequential having a higher or a lower CDD and or HOA is to your payment, I'm going to start with the extremes. We're going to go through the most expensive neighborhood in Parrish, Florida first, and then we'll go through the least expensive, the cheapest neighborhood in regards to CDDs and HOAs to show you how they influence your mortgage payment. Quickly, as we go through these numbers, you're probably questioning, if you don't know already, I almost guarantee you're questioning, what is a CDD? We know what an HOA is. A CDD is just a new way of developing the neighborhood. So I'm going to just read this to you, it's easier. Community Development District. That's what CDD means. It's a local government-like entity that provides and maintains infrastructure and community amenities for new developments. Okay, it covers the cost for like road infrastructure and development, water management, and community facilities, like your amenities. Okay, so there's two parts to it. Your CDDs are going to pay for the initial development, and that portion you actually pay off over 20 or 30 years. Kind of works like a mortgage. You're paying for the development of the neighborhood. Okay, the roads, infrastructure, even the maintenance of these waters, pay that off. The remainder is ongoing because there's maintenance. There's maintenance that goes along, especially with your amenities. That portion you're not going to pay off. So you do have these expenses. You can expect them to last for 20 or 30 years. After a certain amount of time, they will be paid off. They will go away. Behind me, Sunchase. Okay, Del Webb. We've got the most expensive neighborhood to live in Parrish, Florida. CDDs in here are $1,592 per year. That again is on a $425,000 house. That comes down to $133 per month. HOA in here is $452 per month. Right now, the amenities aren't complete. They're not built out, so HOA is a little bit lower than that. When everything's done and complete and built out, HOA fee is going to be $452 per month. So when you combine CDD and HOA, that's $585 that you're going to add on top of your mortgage. You guys, that $585, that's really the important information. I'm going to build out a spreadsheet. Text me if you want the spreadsheet. I'll send it to you for each and every neighborhood. I'm going to have that CDD and HOA number because that's what you're going to increase your mortgage payment by. So mortgage, $2,739. Add the $585. Your mortgage here is $3,320. Now we're going to go to another neighborhood, the least expensive neighborhood in Parrish. And from there, things are really going to speed up. And now we are at Creekside. This is a KB Homes neighborhood, and you've got exceptional value in here when it comes to monthly cost of living. There are no CDDs in Creekside, and the HOA is very low. Well, pretty low, $93 a month, okay? So you compare that to what we just saw at Del Webb, huge difference. Here at Creekside, take that $93, add it to the roughly $2,700 a month payment. Your payment is $2,832, okay? We've got a $492 a month difference. Huge difference, you guys, and that's how important these CDDs and HOAs are. This video is not about amenities, okay? Usually you're paying for it, right? You're paying for something, and that's what it comes down to. I can't tell you what's best for you. I live in North River Ranch, and I love our amenities. They're worth paying for. Creekside right here, they don't have any amenities. There's no park, there's no swimming pool, there's nothing here. And that's why you kind of get what you pay for. Whereas you go to Del Webb, and you guys, those amenities are top notch. So you've got high HOAs, high CDD, well, relatively high CDD, but you're getting what you pay for. So from here, we're gonna pound through these. My goal is about 20-25 seconds per neighborhood. So this video is gonna fly from here. Again, if you want a list of these CDDs and HOA costs so that you know what you're getting into as you're pre-shopping for a house, send me a text, I'll send you an image. I'm gonna make a spreadsheet providing all that information just for you. Let's get started here at Sierra facing the sun. I can't see. You guys, from here, after this one, we're gonna speed things up, try to get everything done in 15, 20, 30-second clips. Sierra's gonna take a little bit longer. I've got a real estate nugget for you. If you're shopping for a home, this is a ninja information move I'm gonna share with you, but let's go over Sierra first. So Sierra, CDD, annually is $3,656 per year. That's $304 a month. HOA is $150 a month or $200 a month, depending on which builder you go with. We're gonna go with the 200. So you total that out, CDD and HOA is, let that truck pass by first, $504 per month. Okay, we're on the higher side. Combine that with your mortgage payment of $2,739. That brings you to $3,193. So $504, that's the information we are looking for. That's what you're going to add onto your mortgage. The ninja nugget for the home shoppers. You guys, what I'm seeing, and it's pretty consistent outside of the Del Webb neighborhoods, if you've got high CDDs and HOAs, let me let this truck pass, then you get really good deals on the homes. Everybody's payment shopping, right? It seems like everybody, unless you're a cash buyer, you're payment sensitive. So those higher CDDs, they add a lot to your payment. So the neighborhoods with the exceptionally high CDDs and HOAs, you usually get a better deal on the homes. And it makes sense, right? When it comes down to the payment. Back there, we've got Simply Dwell Homes. You can get a 2,800 square foot house right now, high built, very, very high quality. Simply Dwell builds a really nice home. So you got the highest quality, pretty big, 2,800 square feet for under $600,000. Your price per square foot on these new homes are going to be much, much better on the more expensive neighborhoods to live in. Now for Salt Meadow, the neighborhood of Salt Meadow, CDDs are $3,168 per year. That's $264 per month. HOA is a low $150 per year, or that is $12.50 per month. Add those together and your CDD and HOA cost are $276.50. Okay, add that to your payment. Your payment goes to $3,015.50. Crosswind Ranch. Crosswind Ranch has an annual CDD of $2,817 or $235 a month, and a $15 a month HOA. The only thing I'm not clear of, you guys, HOA has not gone up yet, probably won't. CDD has not gone up yet, probably won't, but they just finished their amenities, so this could change over time, hopefully not. But right now, you add the CDDs to the HOA, that's $250 per month, $250. Add that to your monthly mortgage payment of $2,739, and that turns into $2,989. Del Webb Bayview, such a pretty setting back here. Del Webb Bayview, not sold out yet, but it's very, very close, so we're gonna cover it just because there are a few remaining new construction homes in here. You guys, I could help you buy a resale house as well, typically covered new construction. So Del Webb Bayview, CDD is a low $1,139 per year, that's $95 per month. HOA is $337 per month, not bad. Combine those, $432, not bad considering the amenities. Those amenities are sweet in here. So anyways, the actionable number is $432. Combine that with the consistent mortgage payment. Your mortgage payment comes out to $3,171. Oakfield Trails CDD is right there at about $1,855 per year. That's $155 per month. And HOA is $359 per month. Again, you guys, that's after the amenities are built. Right now, HOA, excuse me, is a little bit cheaper because the amenities aren't built. After they're built, they will be $359 a month. Combine those two, you're looking at a $514 per month expense. Combine that to our mortgage payment of $2,739, and your payment goes up to $3,253. I think the important number in there is right here. That's $514 per month for the combined CDD and HOA. Oakfield Lakes. Now for Oakfield Lakes, CDD is $1,565 per year. Cut that up by 12 months, that's $130 per month. HOA is $214 per quarter, or $71 per month. Combine the CDD and the HOA, that comes out to $201 per month. That is the big number that we're after. Combine that with our mortgage payment now, and the mortgage payment is $2,940. You guys want to point out one other thing, trying to keep these segments real short. Some neighborhoods like Oakfield Lakes, your internet is combined with your HOA payment. So we're gonna offset some things. In this video, we're just covering the cost of CDD and HOA. That'll be it. So that's it for Oakfield Lakes. Back into the sun. How about Prosperity Lakes? What are the monthly expenses for Prosperity Lakes, the active adult community? It's really bright. CDD is $3,180 per year. That's $265 per month. HOA is $165 per month. Combine those, that's a total of $430. Add that to our payment of $2,736, and we get $3,169. Isles at Bayview, CDD is $2,966 per year. That's $247 per month. HOA is $150 per year, or $12.50 per month. Add those together, that comes out to $259.50 per month. You tack that onto the payment, which was a consistent $2,739. The payment in here is $2,998.50. Again, CDD and HOA is $259.50 per month. Firethorn. Now for Firethorn, Taylor Morrison neighborhood, CDDs are a low $1,400 a year. That's $116 per month. HOA is $650 per quarter. That's $217 per month. Combined, we're looking at $333 a month for CDDs and HOA. Add that to our mortgage payment, and we're at $3,072 per month. Who turned the lights up? It is brighter than normal. Now for Prosperity Lakes, the traditional neighborhood. You guys, Prosperity Lakes comes in, CDD is $2,644 per year. That's $220 per month. HOA is $255 per month. This neighborhood confuses me with their HOA. If you're a resident here, leave a comment, because between the HOA, the club fee, and everything else, I get a little bit confused. I think this is accurate though. You combine those two, and that's $475 per month. Payment, $2,739. Add in the $475, and now we're at $3,214. Bella Lago and their beautiful fountains. They have fountains all over the neighborhood. Bella Lago, CDD is $1,843 per year. That's $154 per month. And then we have HOA coming in at $131 per month. Combine those, you're at $285 per month for the CDD and HOA. If we combine that to the mortgage payment, we're at $3,024. For North River Ranch, I had to change directions. I'm not facing the sun. You guys, I have to point out real quick at North River Ranch, I've done this in a couple neighborhoods where you've got multiple builders in the same neighborhoods, different sections of the neighborhood. You might have slightly different CDDs. So I've kind of done an average. It's actually pretty close, but I just want to point out that I've averaged a couple neighborhoods. North River Ranch is one of those. So North River Ranch CDD is $2,300 per year. That's $192 per month. And HOA is $111 per month. That's $9.25. Excuse me, HOA is $111 per year. That's $9.25 per month. And then when you combine those, that's pretty low. Considering all the amenities you get, you guys, it's very, very low. Monthly, that's $201.25. Combine that to your mortgage payment, we're at $2,940.25. Wind, water. We're gonna start a group of neighborhoods that have no CDDs right now, starting with wind, water. There is no CDD here. HOA is $120 per month. And you combine that to your payment, that brings your payment to $2,859. You guys, wind, water is your lowest cost, monthly cost neighborhood to live in that has nice amenities. There's a nice swimming pool up there. This is a gated community, so this will be a pretty good, affordable neighborhood. Cross Creek, the Laurels is next. This is for villas. Their single family dwellings are priced just over $425,000. So this is for villa information at Cross Creek. No CDDs in this neighborhood. HOA is $2,900 per year. That's $242 per month. Keep in mind everything that the HOA covers in here, such as landscaping and whatnot. So you add that to your payment. Payment comes in at $2,981. I really have nothing to tell you here. It's really informative other than how pretty is that. For the neighborhood of Broadleaf, there is no CDD here. HOAs are only $113 per month, okay? This is probably the neighborhood where if you're shopping for a very low payment, you're gonna get your best deals here. $425,000, that's on the high side. There's not many $425,000 homes in this neighborhood. To top that off, I'm seeing single family dwellings, brand new homes, starting at about $285,000 in here. So for your absolute budget buyer looking for the lowest payment, Broadleaf, this is it. Canoe Creek. This is another no CDD neighborhood. HOAs in here are $149 per month. That brings your payment to $2,888. You guys, this is one of the neighborhoods that depending on the house you buy and how large the lot is, your homeowners association monthly fee will go up or down, but Canoe Creek is a pretty good deal. So it's a pretty good deal because the amenities here are the best amenities that you're gonna find within Parrish with no CDD. Woodland Preserves CDD comes in at $1,786. HOA comes in at $165 per month. Combined, that's $314 per month. You add that to the payment, you're at $3,053. Rye Crossing, you've got a CDD that comes in at $2,015 per year. Cut that up into months, you're at $168 per month. HOA is $91 per month. Combine that, we are at $259. Add that to your mortgage payment, and you're at $2,998. You guys, real quick, I've kind of neglected this neighborhood. It's way better than I thought it was gonna be. The amenities are really, really nice. So when you combine what they're selling the homes for, I've got the model homes right over there. When you combine what they're selling the homes for, the fact that we are so close to Lakewood Ranch, the CDDs and the HOAs are right there at about average. You guys, and the amenities are so sweet. This neighborhood is really good. The value in here is very, very good. So I'm gonna do an update video on this neighborhood and start pushing this neighborhood a little bit harder than I have been, because it is better than I thought it was going to be. For Legacy Preserve, we have got a CDD that comes in at $177 per month. HOA is an even $100 per month. Combine that, we are at $277. Add that to our mortgage payment, and we are at $3,016 per year. For Rye Ranch, we've got a CDD that comes in at $2,262 per year. That's $189 per month. HOA is $266 per month. Combine that, and we are at $455 per month. That's not small potatoes. Add that to our mortgage payment, we are at $3,194. Last but not least, Aviary has a CDD of $1,777 per year. Take that into months, that's $148 per month. HOA is $120 per month. Combine the CDD and the HOA, and we are at $268 per month. Now add that to our mortgage payment, we're at $3,007 per month. I hope that was at least somewhat helpful. I get a lot of questions about what it's going to cost to live inside Parrish, Florida. The home example that I had for utilities was electric at $230. That's without gas. I think if you live in a gas community, you can expect your gas and electric bill to run pretty close to $180 to $200 a month, depending on what you keep your air conditioning at. Keep in mind that we do have a electric vehicle, a Tesla, and we charge that at home. So we're adding probably $40 or $50 per month just by charging that car there. Water came in at $115. Roughly that's average per month on our house. Internet, we are at $90 per month. Property tax, when you run your numbers, run roughly 1.2% of the purchase price of the house that you're gonna buy. That'll give you your annual, and then you can cut that into 12ths to get your monthly property tax payment. Homeowners insurance, $2,000 is a pretty good round number. That's a general rule of thumb number. If you buy a bigger house, your property taxes will probably be a little bit higher. If you buy a smaller home than 2,500 square feet, you can expect your property taxes to be lower, and then divide that by 12. And then your CDDs and HOA, we just went through all those. You already know exactly how important those numbers are. As always, guys, thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing. If you have any questions about any neighborhood, any home, if you have any questions about the home buying process, here's my phone number. Please give me a call. But as always, thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing.